Hey YouTube, welcome back to another video. I know it has been 3 days. I don't even know. It doesn't even matter. I don't have set posting days, as I'm sure you all can tell by now. I'm not gonna lie to you and tell you I'm gonna post every so often, because I myself am just, it just depends on my mood. And speaking of moods, I wanted to talk about energy checks and doing things and being in places and involving yourself with things that, like, if you do an energy check within yourself, you will know if it's for you. You will know if you are aligning yourself within the lens of your self-care and your self-love. And we've got to get out of this self-sacrificing. We've got to get out of this, yeah, but I have to. You have to because you say you have to. But that isn't always the case. Dying on these crosses, laying down your life, laying down your patience, laying down your energy, laying down all these things. And let me touch on forgiveness. Forgiveness is one of those things where, that's a loaded word, because forgiveness sometimes does not mean we're going to go back and repeat or open any old doors. So you can forgive. You can be at peace with it. You can have let it go. You can be in the same room with that person. You can look them in the face. You can have words with them, but we're not going backwards. So forgiveness, again, even in that scope, does not mean that you are going to be, giving yourself away all over again and letting them know you got dummy on your forehead and you can be played, you can be abused, you can be used, you can be taken advantage of, and things like this and things like that. So going back to the energy check, I had a little reminder of this not too long ago, and I was in the company of someone and they were asking me to do something, take this, move this, put this there, can you do this, can you do that? And knowing me, I feel like my love language is acts of service, because I do feel this, like, when I am doing what I want to do for you. If I see a need, if I feel concerned, if I feel led to do it. I am in nursing. There's no surprise there how that can tie into my personality. But for whatever reason, he jogging. For whatever reason, I'm waiting for Autumn. She's at a birthday party to come out here. But for whatever reason, the way that this person was asking me to do these things and how they were going about saying it, and then I kept like leaning in, like, I know they said thank you. Did they say thank you? Maybe not. I'm like, are you? Don't take this for granted. Don't take my kindness. Don't take this moment. Don't take this to equate some kind of what's the word I'm looking for? This is to be expected, or this is I owe you, or this is how it's gonna be, or what's the word? Oh my gosh, what's the word? Well, I said it. It's expected. It's like, of course, why wouldn't you? I didn't like that feeling. And for me, that was a check, because I'm like, now, even though I'm feeling this in this moment, I allowed this. I put myself in this position. I created this monster. I'm feeling the feels, but moving forward, instead of getting mad at that individual, instead of getting, blowing it up out of proportion in the moment and, like, attacking them, I had to look at myself. I had to look at myself, and I had to say, now see, because you invited them into your space, you opened up this can of worms, you maybe saw some tendencies and red flags and things that, like, okay, I'm gonna have to check that. And if you gotta keep someone with checks and balances and okay, I gotta address that, I'm gonna come back, I'm gonna address this, that is draining. And that's the energy audit I'm talking about. That's the energy check. Your vibe and your mood and your energy with someone should be one of just, this is easy, this is pleasant, this is fun, this is what I want to do, this is something that is is calm and flows and peaceful, and it feels good. And if you ask me to do something, I know it comes from a place of appreciation, and you know that I'm happy to help, but you're not going to take advantage of me, and vice versa. So, as with anything, I hope that you can use this as a way to, before you volunteer, before you sign up for things, before you let someone else volunteer you and sign you up for things, before I've talked on this before too, before you let people suggest what you should do, or tell you what we're going to do and what they got planned and all these things, you need to pause and feel from the tip of your toes to the top of your head. How do you feel? And when you do yoga and when you do breathing exercises and things like that, especially if you're led by a professional, they'll tell you to release your jaw. Feel your, what's another one? The jaw clenching is a big one that popped up in the top of my head. Relax your shoulders. You're tensing up your shoulders. Wiggle your toes, wiggle your fingers. Feel, melt. Because all that pent up tenseness and angst and all that's not good. That's not good, and that's not how you want to go through your day, and that's not how we're supposed to feel. So if you're allowing people and situations and things to come into your bubble, your day, your world, your life, and constantly put you in that vibration, that feeling, then now you're responsible, because that is you maintaining and protecting your self-care. Your self-love is okay, I love myself enough to know that what I like, that's not what I want to do, blah, blah, blah. The self-care is acting on it. The self-care is saying, no, now I'm going to implement these boundaries. Now I'm going to say, no, thank you. I don't, that doesn't work for me. Maybe next time. Whatever the phrase that pertains to the situation. But the more you build that muscle in you, the easier it will be, because you are not always meant to be going all the time. You're not always meant to be on all the time. But again, when you are doing something and moving through your day, you should feel good. You should feel energized. You should feel empowered. You should feel happy. You should feel like, this is what I want to do. I'm happy to help. I'm here, blah, blah, blah. That should be the vibe and the energy and all that stuff. If it's anything beyond that, it's time to go. It's time to go. Get a code word. Get a okay, at 5:00. Let's say you go somewhere with your significant other or your kids. Kids got cell phones these days. Look, mommy's, wrap it up. Say your goodbyes. Tell everybody thank you. Mommy's up to here with my, you know what I mean? I'm ready to go. It's nothing wrong with that. It's nothing wrong with checking your temperature, checking how you feel, checking how your energy is being depleted from whatever it is that you're doing or whoever it is you're with. I could not believe that for the first time, well, shortly after that experience, I had another kind of epiphany where I was like, wow, I really actually now understand the phrase of energy vampires, protecting your aura, things like that. I am a very positive person. I'm a very upbeat, friendly, approachable person anyway. So that wasn't something that I necessarily had to always think about. I took that to be people who were negative, people who were complainers, people who had low self-esteem, people who, didn't know how to show up in a room, show up in a space, and be their authentic selves. So yeah, of course you're going to feel, like you need to shrink and, you're not enough in a space and all this other stuff. But so that wasn't my energy. That wasn't my problem. So when that instance happened, and then I really felt, it was like I was physically tired. I was like, wow, these things go hand in hand. And this is the season that I'm in right now to be aware of with a new perspective. Because also too, with me coming up on nursing school, it's like, I'm going to have to get really good and really clear on this, because nothing is going to be more important. And if you don't understand my focus, my path, and where I'm trying to go and what I'm trying to do, this is not going to work anyway. I cannot have people around me draining me, stressing me out, bringing me down and all this stuff. I can't have that. So it's good. I'm thankful that this came up now, because this is something that I need to work on. This is something I need to address. And you better be glad that you have these opportunities in your life come up, because if sometimes for too long, if you're not working on anything, you might be stuck. There might be a blockage there, because there's always room to grow. There's always room to improve. There's always room to go back and say, how can I be better? Yes, absolutely rest. Yes, absolutely bask in all of the abundance and things that you manifested. But then just keep in mind that, okay, I'm not perfect. I want to constantly be improving. Maybe reading something new, getting a new viewpoint, getting a new perspective, those kind of things. So that's what I wanted to talk about. It's iced coffee is everything. So that's what I wanted to talk about with the energy. Look, it's hot. It's already hot. It's summertime. You don't need one less thing draining you. You don't need yet another thing to bog you down with the current things going on in the world, with all these constant changes. All you can control is yourself. All you can control is you, and how you feel, and how you think, and how you show up, and how you allow people to treat you. I'm going to say it again. How you allow people to treat you. Now, I know that might hit a chord. But no one can tell you what to do. Ooh, she about to have a car accident. No one can tell you where to be, how to be, unless you give them the keys, unless you give them your password, your code, your access, all of that. Then who can you be mad at? Who can you blame? Who can you blame if you allow these people like me sitting there, balled up, annoyed, gritting my teeth, squinting my eyes like, ooh. Oh, I mean, I was like, you are really irking me. But I opened the door and I let you in. And then I fixed the damn plate. Got you your ranch, got you your chicken, got you your drink. Okay, and one more thing. I'm like, look. Do not be out here doing backflips, acting like no Molly maid, servant, wifey, doormat, potential this, potential that, to anyone. Future this, future that. One day we're going to be best friends. One day we'll get past our little rifts. One day he's going to marry you. One day she'll see that I've always been her best friend. One day they're going to promote me and see how much I've done for this company. One day they will see that I am the daughter that always tried and always other. One day I'm going to be the niece that was enough. One day I'm going to be the girlfriend that was enough. One day. Be that for yourself now. Don't ever do that mess for approval at the expense of your happiness. You're sitting there working, slaving away, and you're miserable. You can literally probably feel your temperature and feel your pulse throbbing and feel all this shit going on in your body as you're having a physical and emotional and mental reaction to what you're doing to yourself. Let's get away from drinking the poison and wondering why we're dying. I love my sisters. I love my mothers. I especially love the mothers who are doing this alone. My heart Like, y'all know, I don't even like saying the word single mother. But for just clarifying purposes, the women that are truly, you might even be with someone, but you really are doing this alone. When you cultivate the relationship within yourself, when you love and date yourself, when you care for yourself, when you say, I promise you I'm never going to let you down again. I promise you I'm never going to let anybody steal our energy and hold us back and bring us down and all these things. When you start having those conversations with yourself, not going out here waiting for someone to tell you what they're going to do for you, you tell yourself that, I'm telling you, 99.9% of all of your issues will go away. Will go away. But you have to believe that you can do it. Then you have to start, and then you have to be consistent. Don't kill the messenger. Like, it's nothing that I haven't done, and it's nothing that I haven't openly said that I am always continually working through. I tell my daughter all the time, I've never been a mom before. I've never been 32 before. But I damn sure have been me long enough to know some of these things about myself, about my tendencies, about the patterns that I see, about the way that I think and how I've been doing things, and how when I tried it a different way, blah, 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 blah. Oh, they're out here kissing. They so cute. So, you know, that is what I wanted to share. I hope this was inspiring. Oh my goodness, we kept it under 20 minutes, y'all. I hope this video was helpful. I'm gonna wrap it up. Y'all know I can like go and just get so passionate and wrapped up in these, you know, examples and these personal stories and all these different analogies. But that's what I wanted to say. So until the next video, peace. Bye.